It may surprise you that my first suggestion on your wealth bridge journey is not to think about hiring a financial advisor, but to think about hiring a tax professional. And first and foremost, part of why I feel this way is because filing for your taxes is a legal requirement. If you put your money into an investment and then that investment goes to zero, you may only have yourself to blame. But if you fail to file your taxes or you file them improperly, you're going to have to answer to the government and you may have to pay taxes and a penalty on the amount that you owe that could have been avoided with proper tax advice. I've told many, many people that not everybody has to hire a tax professional throughout their entire life. There's a lot of people with very simplistic situations, and in order to save on cost, they might be able to do it on their own or to use an online solution to file their taxes. But I think it is a good idea to consider hiring a tax professional early on to get a sense of how they operate and the value they provide when the stakes are low. So you can trust the work that they're going to do 10 years from now when your situation is a lot more complicated. I think the main thing you want to consider when hiring a tax professional is ask them, are you only going to be doing tax preparation or tax planning? It's a subtle nuance, but the main difference between the two is tax planning is forward looking. It's looking outwards to 5, 10, 20 years from now and saying, here's where I project my income's going to be. And how do we structure my tax planning around that to minimize the amount of tax I'm going to pay in the long term? I think part of why our firm speaks on this so heavily is because the financial advisor has got to be a critical part of that process. We need to be familiar with your accountant because there's a lot of information that needs to be communicated between your tax professional and your financial advisor. There's a lot of tax consequences to the investment decisions that are going to be made. When you get to retirement, you're dealing with RMDs and thinking about qualified charitable distributions. There are many strategies you can use where you're only through communication between your financial advisor and your tax professional, you'll be able to properly plan for the now and for the later. So I would keep all those things in mind when you consider hiring a tax professional.